Hume's argument, in a nutshell, is that extraordinary events require extraordinary evidence. Now, at first that may sound very commonsensical and true, but probability theorists from Condorcet to John Stuart Mill, studying the problem of how you establish the historicity of highly improbable events, have shown that Hume's presupposition is demonstrably false. Otherwise, if Hume were correct, you could never be rational in believing a report on the morning news that the winning pick in last night's lottery was a certain number, because that is an extraordinarily improbable event, and therefore you should never believe any report of such a thing.
I can't decide whether Billy Boy here is dishonest or whether, in spite of his reputation for being the intellectual spearhead of evangelical Christianity, he's actually not that bright. Either way, I can't imagine him getting gobsmacked with disbelief every time the winning number for the weekly lottery was announced on television. However, by his own argument, he should be no more gobsmacked with disbelief if, for example, his wife was to call from the kitchen during the broadcast and correctly guess the winning numbers before they were announced. After all, the probability associated with her guess is exactly the same as the probability associated with that particular number coming up as the winning number in the first place. And furthermore, he should be no more gobsmacked with disbelief if this happened week after week. I think it's fairly easy to see that the particular number, the winning number, is an irrelevance. The probability associated with the particular number, the particular winning number, is an irrelevance. What is relevant is the certainty that the number, the winning number, had to be a number. A certainty. Probability equals 1. Anyway, Craig goes on to relate this argument to miracle claims in the Bible.
Thus, in the case of the evening news, what is the probability that this winning pick would be reported on the evening news if that event had not taken place? Well, if that's low enough, that offsets any improbability in the event itself. So, with respect to the miracles and the resurrection of Jesus, the question would be, what is the probability that we should have things like the empty tomb, the post-mortem appearances of Jesus?
Does Craig's argument here follow from the one he was previously making? Personally, I can't see that it does. He seems to be off on a different tack. What's the likelihood of the evening news reporting a particular winning lottery number if no lottery took place? Extremely unlikely. I think we could all agree. It would be bizarre. Okay, what about claims of miracles in the Bible? Well, I think here we're back to extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. Otherwise, what about the claims of Joseph Smith? What about the claims of L. Ron Hubbard and the Scientologists? What about the claims of astrology? What about the claims of homeopathy? What about the claims of all sorts of cranky woo this and cranky woo that? Craig is obviously trying to make an analogy, draw a parallel between the first argument and the argument about miracle claims in the Bible. There's no parallel. As I said before, the with the lottery example, the important thing is the general fact that the winning number had to be a number, a certainty. Now, in the case of the miracle claims of the Bible, or in the case of any other extraordinary claim, there is no a priori certainty from which the particular claims follow as they do in the lottery example.